What do you want?
I want to do this.
Oh!
You have a bottle in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said I can't do that? She said I can't do that? She said I can't
your
do
bottle's cheating. That's cheating. Your bottle's fucking huge. You still can't
No!
do it.
No! What's going on, YouTube? It's your boys Cam and Zay back at you with another video. Season 3, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones. That being said, if you're liking the content, please like, share, subscribe. You know, your mama and your brother want to watch us. That being said, Cameron, do you have anything you want to get into before we start the episode?
You can check out our Patreon if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this. You can also watch our full-length reaction to the next 3 episodes. The link for that will be in the description. You can check that out. It would be greatly appreciated. We're also reacting to the history and lore of each season after we're watching it. We started after Season 2, but we did watch Season 1 and Season 2. Those reactions will be available exclusively on Patreon in full-length form, so if you want to check those out, again, the link is in the description. But other than that, Zay, what do you remember from the previous episode?
Man, so it seems like Jon might have earned the trust of the King of the North outside the wall. King of the North outside the wall. You know, I don't want to say specifically King of the North. You know, Tyrion found out that his father's not too fond of him. That was
I don't know if he found that out, but I think he just was reminded of it.
More of a confirmation. It was really sad, man. Like, it was a really sad scene. Daenerys went and she was going to purchase an army, basically. The girl that was translating to the king, I guess, or leader, I'm putting quotations, I don't know what he was exactly. Basically, he was calling her a whore, stupid, this, that, and everything, and the girl was translating that like, oh, he just wants to know if this. So, kind of proves a point in real life. The dragons grew. They're a little bit bigger now. They can hunt their own food and cook it, which was super dope. That was like super dope. I was more mad that we didn't get an update on Bran. We didn't get update on the Sons. I always
Bran and Rickon. Yeah.
Rickon, yeah. Bran and Rickon. We didn't really an update on them. I mean, Jon, like I said, we got a little bit of an update. Robb, we kind of got an update. It wasn't like anything too crazy. He basically put his mother in a cell, and he arrived. Was it Harrenhal that he was at?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Harrenhal.
Harrenhal with a lot of Northmen dead. He put his mother in a cell. I really don't think. I mean, Tyrion had some beef with Cersei. They talked like nothing crazy, but then Tyrion spoke to Tywin.
We saw Marjorie being kind and nice to the poor.
Yeah, so Marjorie's being nice and kind of the poor. Joffrey wasn't too much of a fan of that at all. You know, he kind of sat there. But I mentioned this in the last episode, man. Joffrey seems to take a liking to Marjorie, like in a more more sentimental feel than that. Yeah, like it seems like he actually likes Marjorie. So it's in a weird feel for me because I'm like, okay, so he likes this girl, and you know, I'm not a big fan of Joffrey. Oh, with that being said, I mean, you know, I think I covered everything. I mean, not Lady. Rest in peace. Ghost saved Sam from a White Walker.
Well, yes, and he did save him, so that was good to see. But with that being said, let's get into the episode. This is... Damn it!
I hate the crows.
So do the wildlings.
Because the raven is you.
So dope when he had to two wolves.
It's alright, Hodo.
Hodo.
I only know the wall is a long way off.
Yeah, that's right. They got out and they were heading towards the wall, remember?
Yeah.
And Bran and Rickon have not been far. And they may have escaped.
Have you heard anything from Theon at all?
What do you want?
I want to do this.
I want you to tell me the truth about this royal boy, this Joffrey. Has this boy mistreated you?
What?
As brave as a lion.
Yes, all Lannisters are lions, and when a Tyrell farts, it smells like a rose.
He promised he would be merciful and he cut my father's head off. And he said that was mercy. He's a monster.
Have no fear. The Lord
Where's
Over
Turkey?
is determined that Marjorie shall be queen.
They speak 7 different languages in my army. Everyone hates the cave people. I told them we were all going to die if we don't get south, because that's the truth.
Damn straight.
What the fuck is happening?
He can enter the mind of animals, see through their eyes. He scouted for us.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Wait,
Shut the
wait,
fuck up.
Dad.
Interesting. What?
What did you see?
Heard crows.
He's not a crow though. No more.
You left me. When the White
Yeah, I
Walkers
did.
came, you left me. Just get him up.
Why? So the rest of us can die.
This guy. Kill him.
Darling, I forbid you to die.
Alright, I guess I can't die
So the
then.
rest
I forbid you to die. Like, what is that? Who is that? An ogre. Ogre. Just with a pistol.
Hodor. Oh shit.
Why are your friends so shy?
What friends?
He's so aware. That's crazy awareness. That's nuts.
Who are you?
Thoros of Myr,
Do you remember
No,
that name?
who do you
Thoros
fight
of
for?
Myr?
the Brotherhood without
Yeah.
banners.
In the history of
Come on.
war. He had the flaming sword
Wanna
in the
hear how
battle
two
against
boys-
Right. Yeah.
Send her in.
Sees the crossbow, close the door. I'm good.
Wanted to make sure you had everything you need before I left.
A shame if you got killed by a boar.
What was your duty to this traitor as you saw it?
To provide him with children.
You failed to do this.
I would not speak ill of the dead, Your Grace.
You think one ought to speak kindly.
I don't believe he was interested in the company of women. He had so many excuses, so many late-night war councils. Something that sounded very painful and couldn't possibly result in children.
And
For a second, I thought he was about to spear
Would you
her
take me
shit.
hunting sometime? Imagine it must be so exciting to squeeze your finger here and watch something die over there.
He's like, ooh.
did you do it?
And she's like,
Did you?
Whoa.
I thought that was you.
What?
Why did you take Winterfell?
I took it to bring glory to my house and my father. Please.
You're a wolf.
It's not just wolves.
Oh shit.
The raven brings a sight.
I know him somewhere too, as an actor.
He was in the Maze Runner.
Things that are happening right now.
That's what it
thousands
is.
of miles away.
Ogre.
When my father died.
Hodor.
You
Ogre.
didn't dream it.
How did 3 young persons such as yourselves, untrained in the art of war, escape from Harrenhal?
Gendry's a smith.
A smith, eh?
Throw him under the bus then. Well, Bravos man would have been disappointed. Both of them.
That is an uncommonly large person. You have my sympathy. Aha!
Oh shit.
Go!
How you doing with the Stark, bitch?
Oh shit. He knows.
Why would you stop? Why would you stop? Why would you stop?
Shit boots for over a year.
He's like, we're gonna drag this
Heels through it, there's no
You think they're gonna fight? You think they're not gonna fight?
Move well.
I think he's just gauging her.
They're in it.
You kill me, you failed Lady Stark. But if you don't kill me, I'm going to kill you. If you were willing to hurt me, you might have had me there.
I'd kick him in the balls, I'd kick him in the chest, like, I don't know, man, like, I'd be playing dirty. Nah, he bought time.
Well, he's also, like, really worn out, too.
It seems like he's buying time for...
Getting the better of you. Blade man of House Bolton.
That's him, all right. I saw him fight at the tourney for Sir Willem Frey's wedding.
It's the Boltons, that's the Stark's ally.
Right. That's how it ended? Holy shit.
Shit. Alright. That was Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 2. If you liked what you guys were watching, make sure you leave a like down below. It means a lot. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. Hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. And if you want to watch your full-length reaction to this and 3 episodes ahead, you can check that out on Patreon. But with that being said, and the link for that is in the description. Isaiah, what did you think of this episode?
Felt like a catch-up episode because, you know, the episode 1 didn't touch on... It felt like it was lacking... Like, it didn't cover character, you know. It didn't cover, you know... Man, hold on. It didn't cover, John... Well, no, it did cover John.
A little bit of John.
A little bit of John,
we
but
didn't
nothing...
get to see much of Brienne and Jaime and Arya. We didn't get
And that was... Yeah, like when Arya came up, I was like, oh shit, that's Arya. Her situation's very interesting. I don't know. The Hound recognized her, and Arya's been under the radar. She dodged Baelish, but the Hound recognized her, and even said to the guy, I apologize, guys, even said to the guy, you know, what are you doing with a Stark bitch? And so, like, do they have gripes with the Starks? Like, you know, that type of thing. Like, he said it basically. He knew that by saying it, it was going to cause turmoil. Yeah, Brienne kind of fucked up, man. I would have... I don't know.
No, that's what you said in the beginning, is that's what you would have done. Let's just kind of break this down a little bit. What did you think about the little transaction conversation between Marjorie, Olenna, and Sansa, where they were asking Sansa about Joffrey, and, you know, is he as much of a monster as they...
I don't think they were doing it out of, like... I think they're doing it more out of protection of Marjorie and less of Sansa. That they want to informate... Because, like, she's an in. She's basically like a spy. Like, what do you know about Joffrey? Oh, he's a monster. He's this, that, and the other thing. Okay, cool. Now we know what Marjorie has to appease Joffrey. And at any point, she can, you know, shit-talk Sansa and get her taken out. I mean, Joffrey killed Ned. Ned had way more power than Sansa did. I mean, easily arguable, you know? So I think that it was more of like a leverage play where it's like, now we have information on Joffrey. Okay, we understand how to move around him. Kind of gives leverage on Sansa. Because it's like, now you have his wife and the mother being like, they were talking ill of you. She was talking ill of you. She said that you're a monster. She said... And Joffrey could just easily be like, that's not me. And then be like, off with her head. You know, and he's quick to be aggressive and assert his point through violence. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, we did get to see a little bit of the conversation between Catelyn and Rob's wife about, you know, seeing Jon Snow and asking for her to get murdered, and we kind of got a little bit of a asking for Jon Snow to get murdered. So we got a little bit of a kind of deeper dive into Catelyn's character. What do you think about the relationship between her and Rob's wife, and do you think where do you think that's headed?
She's aggressive towards her because of the fact that I feel like she feels like, in my opinion, that it's protecting, or it's guarding her from, you know, protecting her kids, more or less, I think, in a sense. I don't think, man, she's going in a cell. I don't know. I don't think she'll be there long. I think that it's going to end up, you know, a lot of times it's like we see the character, she's pretty dumb. However, she's quick to act in that sense.
Well,
So
we saw her out and about when she was making the Dreamcatcher thing.
right, and so I mean, you know, I think that she's going to continuously kind of get put in like these situations where she has guards around her. Thing she clearly showed that she cares for, like on an extensive level. And if I remember correctly, she made one before. They asked if she had made one before. Something about making one when man, there was fuck. What was it? She mentioned making one before, if I'm correct. Right? Saying that she had made one like one other time.
Yeah, I think she mentioned she made them before.
She mentioned, so it's like it's not like she doesn't like she cares. She's very deeply invested in her children. I don't know, man. With Rob, it's like I don't want to say you're gay. Like it's your mother, but I don't think you'd do anything that crazy. But like you can't keep testing his patience. like you care about your children. He cares more about the North and like
Well, yeah, I get that. I
I
don't think she's done anything rash since what she did with sending out with Jade.
But that doesn't mean that like those were still rash decisions that might they could overturn the situation. Like, yo, that was a pawn piece. And the thing is like she did it with only the knowledge that, Arya and Sansa are both in custody at King's Landing. Arya's not even in King's Landing. Sansa is in King's Landing, but like she's not even married Joffrey, but I guess she's still in danger.
They don't know this. They think that Sansa and Arya are just sitting in King's Landing and she
but it's like
them back.
At the end of the day, man, like when you have someone that's like, listen, man, that's like having the general of the U.S. Army's come in and be like, we're not fighting this country because my son's there. It's like you're gonna make that decision based on. I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Look, I get it. I 100% get it. But you're making a decision for the whole country, the whole township, this, that, and everything.
Right, and there could be alternatives. There could be better ways to get that done.
Better ways.
Kind of leaving that option out of the picture.
And you don't even have the most up-to-date information. You're just kind of making that decision off, this is what I know. Okay, but that's not what they know.
Well,
and you did it behind his back. So
we'll have to see what's in store for her going forward. But other than that, we had Jon with the Wildling King talked about bringing all those different Wildling groups together because he told them that they needed to fight or they were all going to die. But what was interesting is we saw some human that they called a warg that had his eyes rolled back and could see through the bird.
Yeah, and they said Bran was a warg as well. That dude that met Bran, the kid. He's not a dude, he's a kid. And when Bran went to say, like, I also have been through, he's like, oh, a three-eyed raven. So clearly there's some sort of link with that. I mean,
where do you think that might be headed? What do you think might be going on with that? Because we've seen dreams of Bran inside of a wolf. So I'm not sure what that might mean.
So Bran, from what we know, is Bran was dreaming. However, that other dude, polar opposite, it seemed like he sat down at one point and was like, let me see what it's seeing.
Right, it seemed more active.
Right, so it seems like you can gain control of it. That kid that approached Bran was like basically announced that he knew exactly what he was doing. In regards to the leader saying, like, he united all these clans and stuff, I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting just in the writing sense where it was like, basically he told them, like, if we don't all unite, we're gonna die, which is like a very basic sense of like trying to create unity amongst a community. But you got a community of people that like are technically not, I'm gonna put it, not as civilized as the rest of what we've seen within like Westeros.
No, not at all.
So something that simple could create a community. Like, hey, if we don't do this, we're gonna die. It's like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to die, so fuck it. Like, I'm gonna do this. But yeah. I'm interested to see Bran's next thing, and if that kid maybe teaches him, like, this is how you control it. Because if Bran can control it, that's totally different. Like, that might be him, like, scouting areas through the wolf or a three-eyed raven. That might be him, like, it opens a possibility, or opens in, freaking just a bunch of different possibilities for what he might do.
We'll have to see for that. Next up, we see Marjorie and Joffrey getting along. Do you think that what do you think is going on there? Do you think Marjorie is as psychotic as Joffrey?
Listen, I think Marjorie is as psychotic, and I think that she's not with Joffrey to be with Joffrey. I think she's with Joffrey to get him killed, and then take over. She's playing into that, like, in my opinion, way too easily. She's like, you know what I'm saying, like. That scene where they're like looking in there.
If the king dies, the queen doesn't just become the new king. Someone else will have the title.
Listen, I'm not saying it's going to happen all in one scene. Listen, we could see another scene where she's talking to Cersei, and she might be, talking to her about, like, to me, it's all a strategy game. It's like, right now she has Joffrey, like, she has him. Joffrey straight up defended her against the queen. The queen was saying shit, and he's like, well, she does
Cersei.
this. Yeah, Cersei. So he's defending
the queen regent.
Well, okay. Okay. Right now, excuse me, little. Right now, Joffrey basically at that dinner table scene, the previous episode, he was basically saying like my mother overreacts. My mother's this, that, and like Marjorie has him like encapsulated. So it seems like Marjorie's like, okay, now I got him. All I have to do now is convince the mother, and if I can get them in a situation where they're easily to be killed, who's next to claim? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she might, try to make claim to the throne. I don't listen. It's too open at this point. However, she has Joffrey on a puppet string. It seems like he was over there like infatuated with her. Like, oh yeah, like this is. She's like, I can only imagine what it's like to squeeze this trigger and kill something. Yeah, not kill an animal, mind you. She has to go hunting with him. She said not to kill an animal, to kill something.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Well, again, it's interesting to know what you say. Again, I can't really speak on much. I'm just here to ask questions to see your perspective on things. But moving on to the next thing, Arya met Thoros of Myr, her Gendry and Hot Pie, and they were in that brothel, or not brothel, the bar or whatever you would call it, the rest stop, and they brought in the Hound, and the Hound recognized Arya and said, what are you doing with a Stark girl? So where do you think that's going to be headed? What are your thoughts on that?
She's in trouble. Hey, listen, I feel like look, the Hound's not dumb. People at that rank are dumb. And I feel like him saying, what are you doing with that Stark bitch, matters a lot more. Because
he said Stark girl, but I'm not positive.
No, he said Stark bitch. He said Stark bitch. And I'm 95%. If I'm wrong, then...
I know he said, hey girl, and then what are you doing with that Stark, hey girl, either girl or bitch? He probably said bitch.
But, because it's like how he is, and it's like... He said that for a reason. Because, like, he didn't need to say, like, what are you doing with that girl? Like, if he said, like, what are you doing with that girl? It's like, oh, that loses the question. He made a point to say Stark, and it's like, do they not agree with the Starks? Do they not like the Starks? Like, those guys
remember the last of the Hound? Like, what do you remember the Hound doing before that?
I mean, he saved Sansa.
He offered to take Sansa away. He said, fuck this, I'm out. I'm leaving King's Landing.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of like when he saved Sansa from getting assaulted by those guys.
Oh, I'm referring to the very last time that we saw him. He pretty much said, "I'm out. Fuck the king."
Maybe he has a thing for Sansa. I don't know, man. Like, listen, thing for Sansa, and basically, I'll take you away with me. Like, maybe in a more romantic sense. She said no, and he was like, all right, well, I don't fuck with the Stark. Like, guys are kind of crazy. dudes are crazy. I don't know what you want me to do. Dudes are crazy, but
Maybe.
I mean, well, I'm just in general, guys are crazy. So I don't know. I mean,
Do you think he is bad news or good news for Arya?
bad.
Okay, so we'll have to see.
I think he's very bad. I think that because he made a point to announce that she was a Stark, and all that, they already knew she was a girl. So the fact that he mentioned, like, the fact that he was like, I made a point to say Stark instead of just like, what are you doing with that girl? Like that's two different connotations. Like, just saying somewhat like, what are you doing with that guy or that girl? It's like, well, what do you mean? What's wrong with this person? Like, what are you doing with that? And then give their family name. It's like, oh, wait, they're a part of this family? Oh, and like back then, that family names matter. They dictate how people treat you, so
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And then lastly, Jaime and Brienne had a little bit of a sword fight when Jaime got loose. And then they got stopped by people of House Bolton, who is an ally for Stark. So the men pretty much caught up to Jaime and Brienne. And now what's the story for them? I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that this is good news, bad news? Like, what's your perspective on it?
Interesting to me, because I'm like, he did it because he had to have known that they were on their way or like close to him. Like, why did he make that like, he made the decision to sit down at that bridge knowing that people must have been coming or something along those lines. In my opinion, that was a clear spot for him to be like, you know what I'm saying? That whole time at any time he could have been like, I'm gonna sit down. Maybe he had somebody on the inside that we didn't know that kind of following them, trailing, keeping an eye on them.
Possibly.
Alerting them. I don't know. But for you to arrive at a bridge and be like, oh, now my feet hurt. Oh, now I'm going to grab your sword. You could have done that any other time. Oh, now let's get into a sword fight. A sword fight where he doesn't even seem like he's trying to win. He seems like he's trying to defend and keep you engaged until, he gives up as they show up. It's like, it seemed way too played out and way too easy. So I think that there was like a plot to that.
It's good news for Jaime, bad news for
Bad
Brienne.
news. I don't even think it's bad news for Brienne, like she's gonna die. I think it's bad news. Jaime knows, like, I'll be able to get out of this situation a lot easier than, maybe, I don't know.
Do you think this is good or bad news for Robb? Because his allies' men finally, so you think this is great for Jaime?
I think it's gonna be good for Jaime. I think Jaime did it on purpose because he's not dumb. I think he did it on purpose because he knows that where he might end up or who he's gonna be talking to, he might be able to get one up on. And I think it's just bad for Brienne and Robb because it's like, Brienne obviously is going to lose. And now Robb, and this is bad for Catelyn if that happens. Because now Catelyn's like, you not only lost my only pawn got one up on men that were supposed to be on my side. So, I mean, I don't know. That's my personal... Just seemed too sweet of a situation for Jaime to lose in and be the winner in the end of this.
All right, well, we'll have to see. With that being said, that was Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 2. Again, if you like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you're not already, hit the bell notification to be notified the next time we upload a video. If you want to check out our full-length reaction to this episode and the next 3 episodes, you can check those out on Patreon. With that being said, I have a Twitch. You guys can check that out. The link is in the description. But Zay, I know you have a Twitch you want to mention.
Yes, so my Twitch is Defied Zay. Be linked in the description below. Cam's is Just Your Average Cam, or Just Your Average Cam. Yeah. So feel free to hop in, follow us down below in the description. And we also stream on Tuesdays and Fridays, so feel free to ask us questions and engage with us. We love it. Love all the interactions. But with that being said, I mean, guys, once again, we appreciate all the support. We're gonna keep pumping out these videos for you, and I mean, damn, I can't wait for episode 3 because I'm interested because now in this episode they're doing good at staggering who we get to see. We didn't get to see Daenerys, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
no Dany this episode.
So now I'm like, okay, do we get to see Danny? Because if we don't see Danny, I'm like, I'm gonna be pumped to see her with the dragons and this and that. And with that being said, man, yeah, once again, great episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I mean, we're doing our best to pump out this content. We got more coming your way. Tune into the Twitches or Cam&Zay YouTube. Cam&Zay Games YouTube should probably be.
If you're watching this on YouTube, maybe a video or two might be up on there already. You can check those out. Very small, short, funny moment videos from.
Funny moment, nothing crazy, but I mean, you know the vibes, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your family. Dylan, Dylan, I know you're not subscribed on Patreon. I just gotta know what's up, man.
Come on, Dylan, step it up.
Dylan and Ethan, bro. I know both of y'all not on Patreon, bro. Come on, y'all. Y'all better get with the program, man.
All right, well, with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
I'm trying not to move so much because I have a water bottle on my head, and I feel very proud of this. Anyways, no!